All right, time for Ted's other knife. Ted Flips has lent me his EPS 101. And next, we have a knife that I've been really excited to try. Here is a Telesto V1. The Telesto V1 by Forrest Henninger. It has got this gorgeous jeweling on it. Oh my god, look at that jeweling. And is the jeweling on the backside? No. It's a little bit of a smudgy look on the backside. I don't know if that's sponged on purpose or if that's just how it ended up being, but it has this breathtaking jeweling. So this is the V1, which does not have jimping like the V3 does. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, wow. So up front, I'm noticing a little bit of blade weight, like quite a bit of blade weight actually. Let's weigh this. How heavy is this? The Telesto V1 is a 4.59, so it's quite hefty. Oh my god, but it's like really fans beautifully. It's got a sort of a minimalistic design. Oh man, okay. Whoa. I'm still getting over, I'm like, I believe this is a JK machine knife. You can kind of tell by the blade machining. It's got this cute deer thing, like the deer logo. It's like snug in there. And it's a Tanto with a little bit of a groove back here that might help chaps. Nice. I mean, it chaplets nicely. Oh, yeah. And it rings. Oh my god, yeah. So what's interesting is like this is such a long Balisong. Let me think what here's a Kraken. So you can tell that it's a decent bit longer than the Kraken. The handles are longer, the blade is longer. I don't have my other long knives here, but like it has a lot of weight. I feel like it's swinging around, not because there are any hot spots. There's like a little bit. I mean, there's a bit more weight down here just because of the face milling. No speed channels, but the face milling goes all the way through. Um, but it feels just so hefty when you're flipping it because of how long it is, and there is a little bit of weight down at the end. And wow, yeah, doing the extended full twirl is it really feels like I'm flipping, like flinging a lot of weight. So I was like really excited to like possibly acquire a Telesto V3. I don't know if like on one hand, this is really nice and I like it, but on the other hand, like would I want to own one? Let's see. I don't know. Jury's out yet. It feels really cool. Like I don't know. It's got a lot of heft to it, and it's very even. There's like not a ton of weight hotspots. You can tell because the blade is pretty even. You know, there's a little bit less here. The handles are pretty even. You know, there's less material here, so there's more down here. But it's not like a ton of material down here. It's not like it's like I don't know. It's like a normal amount. It's just that it's long and it's titanium. Oh man! Also, like these pivot screws are gorgeous. Like, see if I can get it to focus. Focus. Yeah, like cover my face. Yeah, those pivot screws are really pretty. It's on both sides, and the Zen pin screws are also these nice purple. I am still not entirely sure how I feel about this. Whoa, like my feelings are this is a good knife. My feelings, do I want to own one? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just got my DMC back from Old School Balisong because he helped me repair the pivots to an extent, and I'm like also kind of like not sure if I want to keep that. Like, would I trade my DMC for a Telesto? I don't know. I don't know. They both kind of ring. They're very different knives, I would say. This has a nice ring and a very hefty clack to it. While not uncomfortable, I do find that my thumb just kind of gets tired. But that's more of a me problem. Man, I'm just like, this is a nice. I don't know what to like. I'm so confused as like to what to say. It mostly it's long and it's heavy. Not like super heavy, but it is heavy, and it's definitely long. The design is minimalistic and it's very straightforward, and it mostly just feels like sometimes I lose control of it because of how much weight I'm flinging around, and I have to be a little careful. But it does feel pretty good when you flip it. Like nothing is, like it's a little unpredictable for me because of, I don't know. It's cool. I like it, but it is a little, I'm finding it a little hard for me to predict. Sometimes it feels like it has the force, like a lot more force coming when you're doing all these momentum things. Fans beautifully though, I will say. Fans are super beautiful. Palm fans are nice too, as far as I can tell, which again, I'm still not amazing at, but it palm fans quite nicely. I heard that the V2 is a little blade bias, but the V3 I don't think is like that. So now that I've got one in my hand, I'm very happy to flip it. And it does feel good to just do this. But it is, for me, heavy, and like my thumb gets a little tired in these ridges. I don't know. Sometimes I find ridges are comfortable, like these face millings. Sometimes I find them just a little bit rough on my hand after a while. Like for the, like as the goose says, I feel like is like pretty comfortable. The Zizix is comfortable. But the DMC, I also find that like this face ridging like down here is a little uncomfortable after a while. And I'm finding that just because of how heavy it is, I definitely need to have a bit more grip than like if I was flinging around. Like, I mean, the EPS 101 is much lighter, but it's also aluminum. But it doesn't feel like I have to grip it too hard, just because the grooves in here. I have to worry about it like with the backs. If I'm doing ladders. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't tried a ladder yet on the. Oh god, I'm like, should I be worried of the? Again, this is a V1. Oh my god, oof. This is a heavy balance. It's like it feels heavier than it is because of how long it is. Like the what's the word? Okay, so first things first. This is a V1. There's no jimping on this version, but there is jimping on the V3. I'm not sure about the V2. That wasn't even a flip. That was just me being a stupid idiot. So it feels heavier than it is because of how long it is. So like my 5.1 ounce Hybel Valor doesn't feel as heavy as this. Sometimes, even though it's a whole half ounce heavier, it doesn't always feel heavier than this, just because it's not as long. And like, I don't know, it just feels sometimes like you're flinging so much weight. Like it's maybe there is way more ass weight than I think there is, but it like just looking at it doesn't look like there should be. But I guess when you cut out all this material up here, this mountain down here is kind of like a hammer. I don't know. Telesto is cool. Is it for everyone? No. Is it the most standard flipping experience? No. It's quite long and it's a bit heavy. But it's pretty good and I like it. I'm just not sure that I would want to own one, because before I was like, I think I want to own a Telesto V3. They look cool. They're so pretty. But now that I'm flipping it, I'm just like, ooh. It feels like an extra, like it feels like I'm working out sometimes. Like just doing this is so much. Like doing this is a lot of I'm gonna try that with the goose. This is like it's a bit it's work with the goose too, but the goose is also a very strange weight. And then with the DMC, which is a much smaller knife, it's not as bad on the DMC. Fuck. Laddering between my fingers. Oh my god, yeah, it honestly feels like I like the leverage force of that is so much. And then, oh, so yeah, it definitely like I'm feeling it in here. I'm feeling that. So, I guess overall, my thoughts on the Telesto, at least my initial thoughts on Telesto are, it's cool. This is the V1 again. It's cool. Face milling is a little much on my thumbs just because of how heavy it is. It's very long. It's a bit heavy. 4.6, which doesn't seem like a lot compared to other knives like the AB, but like, fuck, I'm so sorry. But because of how long it is, like like the length of the fulcrum, like the distance between the fulcrum and the end of the pendulum is so long that actually affects the speed and force of things. That's basic physics, actually. The only thing that affects the speed of a pendulum moving is the length of the pendulum, not the weight, but the length. But because of how long this is, and because it's a bit of a weight, it does require a bit of force for your hands. If you like this minimalistic design and you are okay with heavier balisongs, and you like rollover, I feel like this is good. Oh, if you like fans, especially. If you like fans, this rolls over nicely. It does everything pretty well. I just find that, oh my god, terrifying. Oh yeah, how sharp is this? Oh, not very sharp, thankfully. Oh, actually, this is an unsharpened. This is unsharpened. Oh, thank God. I was like so scared of just damaging myself. No, this is unsharpened. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, I was so scared of just like destroying my body. Anyways, though, it fans amazingly, but it is heavy. Like just doing that is it feels like there's all this weight and force behind this momentum, and you have to control that momentum carefully. And yeah, ladders are really hard on this because of how long and heavy it is. It might be easier on the V3. I don't know, but I assume that the Telesto is still a Telesto, and be aware that like, despite it being like upper mid, it feels much heavier than it is, and yeah, I don't know, but it's a beautiful knife. It's got this nice minimalistic look that I think honestly it looks really good. It flips, it fans well, it rolls overs pretty well, it aerials I think pretty well. Oh yeah. But just be aware that like, I think once you get used to it, it'll probably feel like you'll have a lot of control. For me, it's a little unpredictable just because I'm not used to this sort of feeling. I don't know. I've had other balisongs with a lot of momentum, and a lot of weight and a lot of length, but I guess maybe not in this combination. That I feel like I have. I'm a little less scared to go little ham on this because I now know that it's unsharpened. Whoa, yeah. But I think if I own one, I would be happy. But because they're a little pricey, it's like it can be like $700 to $800. You'll be hard pressed to find a Telesto for less than $600. It might be hard to get my hands on. We'll see. Maybe, possibly, maybe I'll trade my DMC for Telesto V3. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, that's my initial impressions for now. I'll definitely come back later with more thoughts. But goddamn, ladders are fucking terrifying on this. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the Telesto. Is the V2 worth it? Is the V3 like? Is the V3 different enough that it's like, oh yeah, any of my problems with this, like obviously the jimping, but like anything that I don't know about. If you find that like I'm fucking crazy, or you find that there are other Balisongs that are like this, just let me know in the comments, because there's so many Balisongs out there, and I have not tried them all, and I'm trying. And so again, thanks a lot for Ted Flips, for lending me the Telesto and the EPS 101. I will do another video on each of them at least once when I have more thoughts on them. And yeah, check out the coffee. $3 to $5. It'll help me send the shipping back to Ted. And yeah, thanks again, and happy flipping, everyone. Toodaloo.